Good morning, guys. Okay, so it is about 7:30 in the morning and I decided today I want to, oh my god, there's a hair right here. I want to do yet another what I eat in a day vegetarian edition video for all of you. So the first thing I always like to do is just drink some water. So let's go in the kitchen, get some water, then make some coffee, and we'll do the rest of the meals as the day goes on. Let's go. Like I said, the first thing I like to do when I wake up is just drink some water. I used to do lemon water, sometimes I still do, but right now, for the past few weeks, I've just been drinking regular water straight first thing when I wake up. Also, anyone that is wondering, this water filter is from Amazon. I'm gonna link it below. We absolutely love it. We've had it now for a couple of weeks and the water just tastes so much better, and I even cook with this. For Kobe, for our plants, I just absolutely can't recommend this filter enough. Cheers to water this morning. All right, so I just have to give a huge shout out to this gorgeous cup here. This is from Target. If I can find it, I'll still link it below. It is so pretty to look at and I love it. I've just been using this over all the other cups. Also, in case anyone wondering what the heck this is, let me adjust the lighting. This right here is like a indoor garden, and we are currently planting rosemary, which they're finally starting to come in, and then cilantro, which is growing like crazy. I think I might use cilantro in my video later today, but I really love this. He just wants attention. You just want attention all the time? Is that what it is? Come on, come here, mister. Okay, as I was saying, I love the Click and Grow, and it works and it's beautiful and it makes a great gift. Highly recommend. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Nespresso, our coffee first thing in the morning. And you know, I want this blue one. I do taste the difference, but I don't really know the names or anything like that. I'll link this below. But if you are considering purchasing the Nespresso, I cannot say enough good things about it. This machine, game changer. The coffee just tastes delicious and I think it's so pretty to look at. This stand, by the way, doesn't come with the Nespresso. It's just this part right here. This I bought from Amazon just to hold all the pods in like one perfect little place. I love it. For my creamer, I'm just adding a little bit of almond milk and boom, the coffee is ready. Okay, here is our delicious coffee. Okay, so I'm back and now it is time for breakfast. I did work out, I also showered, did my makeup, definitely did not do my hair. Let me just tell you, I can spend so long doing my makeup and even picking out outfits and stuff like that. But when it comes to hair, I'm just like, this bun is the way to go. Let me know if you're the same exact way in the comment section below, and also thumbs up this video if you're the same. But anyway, let's talk about breakfast. On most days, we want something quick, something easy, but something that's still gonna be very filling, especially on days when I work out. I just feel extra hungry, and my go-to breakfast for a couple of months now have been smoothies. And I know you're like, how is a smoothie filling? For the longest time, I was drinking smoothies, and then like 30 minutes or like an hour later, I would get hungry again, until I discovered this fabulous book from Hellllooo. It's called Body Love. And it's more of like a textbook, I would say. I mean, for me at least anyway, I have to kind of read it, take a break, come back to it, because it's really teaching you about the foods that you need for your body. And what I love about this book and the whole Kelly approach is that she doesn't tell you to diet, because I don't believe in any sort of diet. I don't think it's sustainable in the long run. Again, that's just my personal preference, my personal experience, and she's exactly the same way. Instead, she teaches you the nutrients, the proper nutrients that you need to reach any goal that you may have. And for her smoothies, they're called the Fab Four smoothies because they include protein, fiber, fat, and greens. And I kid you not, this 4 combination somehow keeps me full until lunchtime. I promise you, these smoothies are awesome. You don't even have to buy the book. I think she has a couple of different recipes on her website, so definitely check it out there. We are gonna go in with the berry green, and for this you need vanilla powder, MCT oil, chia seeds or flax seeds. I'll probably put both. Frozen cup of fresh and mixed berries, spinach, kale, parsley. So I don't have parsley, but I have spinach, I have everything else. So let's go get these ingredients and then make this baby. gonna go ahead and add all of my ingredients in my little container here for the Nutri billet, and then we're gonna turn this thing on and make the smoothie. I mean, it's literally that easy, and it takes a total of 5 minutes to do, which is so great, especially if you have no time in the morning. I really suggest drinking smoothies. That's always my go-to, as I mentioned. Just like that, our smoothies are ready to go. Keeping in mind that I am making this both for Vishal and I, so I did put, you know, the ingredients accordingly, but if you want to make it for yourself, you just put half of everything that I put. Whoops. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, cheers. So yummy. It's actually so sweet as well. And I love the taste of our protein powder. I use the Orgain vegan protein powder. I'll pop a picture somewhere on the screen for you guys to see. Definitely really recommend that. I have the vanilla flavor and it tastes amazing. I want to try other flavors too, but this is so good and refreshing. All right, I'm gonna go do some work, give Vishal his smoothie, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit for lunchtime. What are we making today? I think we're making, I don't know, you guys will see. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, we're back in the kitchen for lunch, and it is now 1:01, and this is around the time that we like to eat lunch. Anywhere between like 12:30 and 1:30, sometimes 2 is when we like to eat lunch. And since Vishal and I both work from home, we always make lunch by ourselves. And you know what, before I even show you what I'm gonna be making for lunch, I just wanna say and encourage you all to start cooking at home even more, because number one, it's much healthier. You know exactly what you're eating. It's also a lot cheaper. We looked at our expenses a few months ago, and one of the categories that we were spending the most money in that was so easily avoidable for us was eating out. And I kid you not, in my health journey, in my fitness journey, in my whole life journey, just cooking at home has been game changer, like life changing. So again, I really encourage you to adopt the lifestyle of cooking at home, whether it's meal prepping or just cooking every single day, whatever you need to do. But it's gonna save you a lot of money in the long run, and it's just, like I said, a lot healthier. And I actually really enjoy cooking now. It's weird because I never ever did, but now I do. And I love to like find like easy, quick recipes that are delicious. So hopefully you guys will find this one with the lunch recipe, which is gonna be a very healthy Buddha bowl, whatever you want to call it. I think it's called Buddha bowl. And again, as you guys know, I'm vegetarian. I get a lot of questions about how I get my protein, and one of my favorite sources of protein is with chickpeas. I also love using and eating black beans, so lentils. Those are great sources of protein. I also love eating tofu, which we'll get into that for dinner time. So these are all different ways that I like to get my protein, and that's very important to me, especially because I do work out. So I do want to eat foods that have protein, and this Buddha bowl is my go-to. It takes a total of about 15 minutes to make from start to finish. And the best part is that you can just throw any ingredients, any vegetables that you have into this bowl, and it's gonna taste delicious. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing today, which vegetables I'm gonna be prepping and whatnot. So let's do this together. All right, fam, so we separated everything that we're gonna be cooking versus things that we're just gonna be eating raw. So I've got some spinach here. You can use any green that you like. I sometimes will use kale, but spinach for me is just a lot more delicious when I eat it raw in my salads and my bowls. So I always prefer eating spinach. And then we also have some cucumbers here. And then I'm gonna quickly cook up the broccoli that I have here with some garlic, as well as the tomato. You can totally cook these together, although I always prefer to cook the broccoli a little bit longer than the tomatoes. And we're gonna also cook the chickpeas. Wow, I just like totally lost my train of thought there. And of course, I'm gonna be adding avocado, because that for me is a must. This is such a great healthy fat that I really encourage you to incorporate into your diet. It also helps me stay fuller a lot longer. So love, love, love eating avocados with my food. So let's go ahead and now also take a look at what's on the stove. and start cooking some of this stuff as well. All right, so I am cooking up a little bit of barley. I always buy this from Trader Joe's, and it only takes 10 minutes to cook. So while I'm like chopping everything up, I'll just put this on the stove, and it is just like my favorite grain, barley and farro, to cook and eat with my salads, my lunches, my dinners, over rice. It's a little bit healthier for sure, and it has a lot more fiber. All right, so I've already got my pan ready with some olive oil and some garlic, and I'm gonna start cooking both the broccoli and the tomatoes all in one pan. And how, you may ask? Well, it's really simple. I am just going to add my tomatoes on one side like this, and then the broccoli to the other side. Now the broccoli does take a little bit longer to cook, so I'm gonna leave this on probably a little bit longer. And the tomatoes, I just like to kind of heat them up a little bit so they get a little bit softer, and enhance them with a little bit of seasoning, which is really simple. And for that, I'm gonna show you exactly what I use. So a little bit of salt. You can also do this on its own if you would like cook each one, but this is just what I like to do to save time. Pepper. For my broccoli, we're gonna do a little bit of paprika. And because I'm Indian, chili flakes everywhere. And then you just kind of mix it up a little bit. Oh my God, I bet you all my like professional chefs are cringing right now, but I'm not claiming to be a chef. This is just me trying to cook the way I know how. I'll also do a little squeeze of lemon, because why not? It always adds like such a nice flavor. All right, just gonna let this kind of sit and cook for a few more minutes, and we are now going to take care of the barley and just drain it and add it into our bowl. I may or may not have overcooked the barley a little bit, but hey, we're not striving for perfection here. We are just looking for delicious meals, and a little bit overcooked barley is all good with me. Just adding that to our bowls, and you can totally like just mix it all in together with everything else, but I like to make it really pretty. All right, tomatoes are good to go, but the broccoli, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it on for a few more seconds while I add the tomatoes to our bowl as well. All right, you know what guys? We are adding the broccoli as well. Why not? I'd usually prefer it to be a little bit, like cooked a little bit more, but that's okay. It looks good enough to eat. All right, it is time to cook up these chickpeas. And yes, you best believe I'm using the same pan as before. And then I'm gonna go ahead and season it exactly the same way. So salt, pepper, paprika. And then I'm gonna also add a little bit of cumin, because that adds such a delicious flavor to the chickpeas and makes it taste so delicious. All right, so my camera's died of battery, so we're using my iPhone to film the rest of the video, but I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and add the chickpeas. And if you made too much, just store them in the fridge and use them later on. Do not forget about the avocado, AKA one of my favorite things to eat throughout the day. And scoop it out, put it somewhere. All right, now for dressing, you can use anything that you like. Normally I'll put more like creamy dressing, but still something very healthy, like a tzatziki sauce. I love putting a tzatziki sauce or something like that. But today I don't have that, so I'm just gonna use this vinaigrette. We are just gonna mix this up, and tell me that doesn't look so delicious. I have the world's biggest sweet tooth. I can eat ice cream, chocolate, candy all day, every day. I prefer sweets over savory foods any day of the week. And after every meal, not every meal, not breakfast, but like after lunch and dinner, I always have to have something sweet, and just like in a very small quantity, but I still wanna eat something that's like healthy. So this is what I recently discovered, and I'm obsessed. These are chocolate covered almonds from Trader Joe's, and they have like little bits of sea salt as well. I don't know if you guys can see it. And these are so delicious. I love them. I eat like 4 or 5 after every meal. Not every meal, after lunch usually. And I love it. It's like the perfect little snack. All right, so it's officially dinner time. Let me kind of like step down a little bit. My hair is still a little crazy. Today we are gonna be making delicious lettuce wraps. And I was gonna say lettuce wraps, but actually we're gonna be making kale wraps because I don't have lettuce. So I decided to use what I have, and the only thing I have is some kale and spinach is not gonna work. So we need a big leafy green, and kale is gonna do. Now, I love the P.F. Chang's veggie lettuce wraps. They are so good and definitely my guilty pleasure, but they're, you know, there's a lot of fat in there and it's just not the healthiest thing for you because it's very greasy and I don't even really know what they put in there. That's why it tastes so good. So I'm going to show you guys my version of making really healthy at home tofu lettuce wraps. Again, I would swap the kale out with lettuce if I'm being honest, because that crunch that the lettuce has is so delicious and I just really recommend it. But again, we're making it work with what we have. And this is just a really easy, quick recipe. And it takes you like 10 minutes to do from start to finish because it's really that quickly. So what you're gonna need is, of course, tofu. I do have the extra firm tofu here. I always buy my tofu from Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and I buy like a couple of, you know, blocks at a time because we go through tofu so quickly. Again, a great source of protein for someone like me who is a vegetarian. And I do like to buy the extra firm one. You do want to drain out the water a little bit. And then I just cut it up into little cubes like this. You can also just like crumble it up. That works perfectly fine too. Next, you're gonna need your veggies. And again, this is one of those recipes where you kind of can add or remove whatever you want. So I have here some jalapenos because we love spicy everything. We have onions, we have carrots, and then we have green peppers. You can also add mushrooms. You can also add red peppers. You can also add some more like leafy greens in there. But for me, I'm gonna keep it simple and just keep it at those 4 vegetables. And then for your sauces, because we're gonna kind of make our own sauces, the first thing you're gonna need is some soy sauce, and I have the low sodium one here. You're also going to need some sesame oil. Then I do have this Island Soyaki sauce. This is a unique teriyaki sauce and marinade for meat, poultry, fish, tofu, and vegetables. I bought this from Whole Foods and I really recommend it. Even in stir fries, it's so delicious. Buy this is so good. And then lastly, did I already mention this? Did I not mention this? But we need some sriracha. Oh, also I forgot to mention probably one of the most important ingredients, which is ginger garlic paste. You can also just like make your own ginger garlic paste. I just have one here from Swad that I buy from my local Indian store and I love it. Okay, now let's go ahead and put all of this together. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. I don't know why I had to like think about that. All right, let's go and make kale wraps. All right, so I am heating up some oil and adding my ginger garlic paste right into the oil before we add some tofu, because I really want the tofu to kind of take in some of the flavor of the ginger garlic paste. Add tofu. Okay, this is why I am not like a cooking vlogger, because I didn't even press record and I added all of the veggies. But anyway, we're gonna just really let this cook for a few minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna start to finally season everything. You can also season this tofu beforehand, but I like to do it at this time. And I'm gonna, of course, start off with some salt. We're gonna add some pepper. We're gonna add some red chili flakes. Okay, a lot of chili flakes. We go through this stuff so quickly, it's unreal. Then we've got some soy sauce that we wanna also add. You want to add like a good amount of this. At least I like to add a good amount of this. And just give this a quick stir right here. Okay, now we are going to add our stir fry sauce. Also going to add a little bit of sriracha. And I totally should have added this before, but I'm also going to add a little bit of sesame oil, very little bit. And really let this cook for a good like 4 to 5 minutes. Let all of the veggies and the tofu really soak in all of the seasoning and the sauces, and then we are done. I'm gonna go ahead and put a good amount of the tofu mix that we made into the lettuce, or I keep saying the lettuce, my gosh, the kale, and we are good to go. A lemon for me is a must. I just like to do a little squeeze and we are ready to eat these. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, I'm drooling. I have you guys balanced right now on top of a glass because my tripod, anyway, doesn't matter. So I am gonna start to eat my food. Vishal's not home right now. He should be home in like an hour and a half or so. He is out for a work thing, but I know he's gonna be excited. Anyway, the way that I like to eat these kale wraps is I'll wrap it up like this. and just bite into it. You know what? It's pretty good with the kale too. It's not as crunchy as lettuce, but it is pretty good. But of course, after every meal, as I said earlier, I have to have some dessert. And I use the term dessert very loosely here, but I have to tell you, I have been a huge fan of these. And I am talking about frozen grapes. I don't know what it is, but freezing grapes make them taste so much sweeter than they naturally taste. If someone knows why, please leave that in the comment section below, because I have no idea why. I just know that I wash my grapes and then I freeze them and eat them, and they're so delicious and very cold, but so very delicious. All right, fam, we have made it to the end of the video and I am in bed getting ready to go to bed. Anyway, I am right now having some turmeric tea, and this is with ashwagandha as well as the turmeric powder. I really love drinking turmeric tea sometimes at night. Sometimes I'll drink like green tea. Sometimes I'll drink like chamomile tea, mint tea, all different types of tea. Today I'm just having the turmeric with ashwagandha, which is supposed to kind of like adapt to your body and do whatever you need it to do for you. So for me, it really helps with focus, anxiety. And then I also put a little bit of honey in here just to kind of like soothe and relax me a little bit. So I'm gonna drink this and go to bed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's what I eat in a day type video, and let me know if you guys want to see more because I have so many ideas. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and read. Also, another part of my nighttime routine. This has been a game changer, just reading at night. Huge plus. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.